All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome into the coaching hour. We are back here with another episode number 62. And today we are going to talk about you and your belief system. Now, if you are joining us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe our channel. If you are live here with me in the Zoom, I welcome you all here in the Zoom. We are going to talk about a lot of great things, a lot of great ideas, but that all depends upon how much open minded you are to receive these ideas so that they can really impact you at a deep subconscious level. So be ready and be prepared because you are in for a treat, you are in for a ride because whatever, I repeat, whatever you are achieving in your life, it is a result of your belief system. Now, I still remember a year ago, I was having a conversation with one of my clients. And when I was explaining to him about the belief system, I remember a phrase that I said to her that really, like shattered my mind. It's like really bamboozled my mind. And the phrase was either you can be a commander of your own belief or you can be a prisoner of your own belief. Now, this is a very profound and a powerful statement, as I can see that people are joining me on YouTube. Good evening, Sukching. Great to see you here. You're from Malaysia. Wonderful. So, as you're joining on YouTube, you can just let me know, from where you are joining so that I can just welcome you because this is something very important. This is something really crucial that we're doing here. And your presence here makes it more special because these coaching hours are for every single person, doesn't matter wherever in the world you are. These coaching hour calls are specially for you so that we can help you, we can really help you to become a better person than who you are right now. Now, what we're going to cover today, we have a very specific agenda for our today's call. It is going to be a 30 to 40-minute calls, and we're going to talk about belief system. You will be understanding about the beliefs. You will be understanding that how we have beliefs on a two different levels of our mind. It is very, very important to understand that. All right. So Priyanka is also here. Side by side, I'm just reading your comments on YouTube so that if you're just joining in YouTube, just let me know in the comment box that from where you're joining. I would really love to welcome you because that makes you more special. All right. So we are going to understand that what is the difference between belief system that we have in a conscious mind and we have in a subconscious mind and how they really dictate the results that we are getting. Then we're going to understand how to identify your core beliefs. And in the end, there is a workbook. The workbook may not be included today. It will be included in the next few days. And if you want that workbook, you can reach out to me. I'll send it to you personally. All right. Because we will not be reviewing that workbook on the call, but I'll be sending it to you for sure. But to only those who reach out to me. The workbook will not be for just randomly here. It's for only those few special people who reach out to me, who seek help with respect to belief system. I would really love to help them. So now let's get started. Now, this is a beautiful quote from Napoleon Hill, and I absolutely love this quote. Napoleon Hill said, "No one is ready for a thing until he or she believes he or she can acquire it." Now, this is very, very, very important point for you to understand. All right, because it's very important right there. Now, as I can see that the comments are just increasing, there are people on the YouTube. Welcome, Saloni. Welcome, Chetali. Welcome, Priyanka, and welcome, Sukching. Welcome to all of you here on YouTube. And as I can see that some of you are also here in Zoom with me right now. So welcome to every single one of you who is on the Zoom and who is on the YouTube. So now let's get back our attention back to the point right here that no one is ready for a thing until he believes that he can acquire it. What does that mean? Many times in our life we wish for things. We wish that, okay, I wish I could have this. I wish I could go there. I wish I could do this. I wish I could earn more money. I wish I could do this, that. Many times we get stuck up in this wishing and wishing cycle. And when we wish something, we are not expecting that to happen in our life. Now, understand that a couple of days ago, I posted on Facebook that expectation and faith are the two very, very important points in our life. Now, expectation and want. Now, tell me in the chat box that what you think about expectation and the want. And in the meanwhile, I just welcome some of the new members who just joined us here on YouTube. Mr. Ravi Singh is here. Welcome, Ravi. Piyush is here. Welcome, Piyush. And we have a lot of people who are tuning into YouTube. That is really wonderful. And I appreciate your presence here on YouTube because that is really wonderful. Awesome. So now tell me in the comment box that what you think about the words expectation and faith. Now, usually, whenever we heard the word expectation, you know what happened? We have limiting concepts related to expectation because we have been told in our childhood when we were little kids that it's bad to expect big things. It's bad to expect more. It's bad to want more. We have been told all kind of lies since we were kids. And in this class that we're doing here today, my major purpose is to help you, to guide you, so that you can understand that all the beliefs and the lies that you have been told by many different people over the many years of your life are actually not the truths. And one of the lies that we have been told by our teachers, our parents, or many other people is that don't expect big things. Don't expect big things. Be just in your own area or whatever. Why not we expand our area? Why not we expand our thinking? Why don't we expect big things and better things for us and at the same time for everybody else in the world? Now that's a big concept to swallow. But once you understand the depth in this idea, you may be really, really shocked at how powerful it is. So the first point here is that you got to be ready. If you're not ready, if you don't believe it, it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen at all. So now let's take it a little bit more further and understand another point here. And this is from Earl Nightingale, and I absolutely love this man. He's a mentor of Bob Proctor, my mentor, Bob Proctor, and he mentored Bob, and I absolutely love it. He said, we tend to minimize. Now, I want you to just read this as I am reading it, okay? Read it as I am reading it and really try to understand and really try to grasp the truth here, okay? He said, we tend to minimize the things we can do, the goals we can accomplish, and for some equally strange reason, we think other people can accomplish things that we cannot. I want you to understand that is not true. Now, how many times this happened with you? When you look at someone who is having a great life, when you look at someone who is like an inspiration or who is someone out there, maybe your friend, maybe a colleague, maybe someone out there, and you look at them and you say that, I wish I could die. I wish I could be like them. I wish I could have more money. Oh, they can do it. I cannot. They have support. They have this. They have that. How many times you find yourself in that situation where you're looking at someone and you say, I wish I had the same resources like that. Now, let me tell you, this is what Earl Nightingale pointing out here. Many times we do that. We look at other people and we say that, they can do it. I cannot. That's not true. You have the deep reservoir of talent and ability within you, and you can acquire anything that you want to acquire, that you want to achieve. You can. But for that, you have to understand your concept of yourself. Now, I can see that, Sukcheng is saying that exactly. I always feel that way. You see how we are programmed to think in the wrong terms? Now, Chetali said expectation is very hard to avoid, but it invites all the sorrows and the distress of our life. Now, I want you to change your point of view towards expectation, Chetali. When we don't understand something, we are ignorant of the idea. Now, we expect, and if we don't get it, we feel disappointed. Now, this is where the lack of understanding is causing you to feel frustrated. Only if you understand the universal laws, only if you understand that if you're going after something, if you have not got it, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That means there is something that you can improve. There is something that you can do in a better way, in a bigger way, and that can really help you to get that thing the next time when you try. You see, Thomas A. Edison, he tried to create an incandescent light that has never been created before. And for 1,000 times, he expected that it to happen, but he never felt demotivated and discouraged. He kept on going, and he succeeded on the 1,000th time. Maybe it was 10,000 times, something like that. And when the interviewer asked him how does it feels to fail so many times, he said, I never failed. I just discovered thousands of ways that never works. So you see, if we are expecting something in our life, understand that there is also a difference between what you consciously expect and what you are subconsciously attracting in your life. That is a big difference. Most people don't understand that. Most people have no idea, no clarity about their mind. Since they have no idea and no clarity about their mind, that caused a lot of frustration, a lot of guilt, and a lot of damage to their life. And I'm going to explain that point in a few seconds from now. And in fact, why taking few seconds? Let me just do it right now, right here. All right. Somewhere Pushkar said something, what he felt after 500 times, why he did not think of giving up. Absolutely. You know why, Pushkar? Because he has a sincere desire to grow. He really wanted to create that invention. He was not worried about failures and all that stuff. Now, let me explain you here on the whiteboard that actually what is the root cause. We are talking about belief system and expectation. We have a wrong belief system when it's a matter of expectation. So bring your attention here on the screen and understand what I'm going to share with you right now. Now, this is your mind right there. This is your mind. And we know that our mind, it is divided into two parts. We have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. Okay. And then we have this body right there. And body is just a dumb terminal. It do exactly what the mind tells it to do. Now, anyone and everyone who has an issue with expectation or who don't have a clear understanding about it, I want you to pay very, very, very close attention to this right now, right here. And then we will be taking the example of Thomas Edison also. Understand that you have two parts of your mind. Okay. There are two parts to your mind. One is right there, your conscious mind. One is right there, your subconscious mind. And whatever you're attracting in your life, now open up your ears, not ears, just hear. We hear with our emotions. Understand that whatever we are attracting here in our life as a matter of physical results, it is a result of whatever it is right there in our subconscious mind as a programming, as our belief systems. And usually what happens when we don't get what we expect, that means our expectation was in our conscious mind. We have not planted that expectation to the subconscious mind, because every time, whatever results you're getting in your life, they are exact reflection of the conditioning that is happening right there in your subconscious mind. It's your belief system. Your belief systems are jammed packed right there in the subconscious mind, and those belief systems are attracting every single result that you are getting. It's not about what you think is possible. It's not about what you think is going to happen. Although thinking is the starting point, you have to internalize the thinking. You have to get emotionally involved with that ideas. It's like you expect that it is the only thing that's going to happen. And then if it doesn't happen when you expect it to happen, that does not mean the end of the world. That means you have not, it doesn't mean that you didn't get it. That means you are in the process. You will not have it once you quit. If you don't quit, there is always a valid chance that you will get what you want. Now, the reason why we should not quit, because whatever your goal is, that goal should become a really worthy of your time. That doesn't matter how much time it will take. You're worthy of going after it. You really want it, and you have to want it from the bottom of your heart. If your want is weak enough, I can tell you, first bump in the road and bang, you're off track on another goal. You will not be thinking about that goal anymore. So there got to be a very strong emotional and a strong connection with your desire, with your goal, if you really want to achieve it. And if you don't have that strong connection, if you don't have that strong goal, you know what's going to happen? Even a small problem or even a small hurdle can bang put you off track, and you will be on another road. And then you will be thinking, what I am doing, why things are not changing. And somebody here on Zoom asked me that why Thomas Edison keep on going after so many failures. You know why he kept on going? Because he wanted that bad enough. He wanted that bad enough. Remember when you was a little kid? When you was a little kid, If you want something, you want it, doesn't matter, whatever. If you want it, you want it, you cry for it. You just literally do anything and everything to have what you desire. But as we become adults, we forget about that power that we had when we was little kids. So you have to get back to that little power. You have to get back to that little you when you was willing to have anything, when you was willing to do anything and everything. And that's right here what Earl Nightingale is talking about. Stop saying to yourself that somebody else can do it, I cannot. Stop saying to yourself that they can achieve it but I cannot. You can achieve that too. The power is there, the potential is there. It's the matter of learning how to untap that potential. It's a matter of learning how to bring that power on the surface. And then there is another thing, a great quote. All right, got pause for a minute. Now, if you can hear me, just let me know. It just got paused for a minute. I hope you can hear me back. All right, so if you are here in Zoom, guys, and if you can hear me, just let me know, please. And if you're on YouTube also, just let me know, because Zoom just crashed for a minute. And I believe it is back. All right, give me a thumbs up. Let me see on YouTube. All right, so if you're here in Zoom, guys, and if you can hear me. All right, we're back. All right. All right, thank you, Rajiv. Thank you so much. Perfect. All right, so let's look at this quote. I literally love it. If we all did the things we are capable of doing, we would literally stun ourselves. Now, I want you to think about the reality of this quote. How many times you don't do what you already know how to do? How many times you simply just skip some of the things even after knowing that you can do it? How many times you keep on delaying things for no strange reasons? Like, we do it all the time. I literally know people who do it like all the time. Every time they're just delaying things. Every time they're not doing that they know they can do. What holds them back? It's their beliefs. They consciously think they can, but subconsciously there is another story going on. Subconsciously there is someone else. Subconsciously there is a demon that is going on. That is the belief system. We call it paradigm. The self-image is a part of it. So it's a combination of many different things. You see, it's a subconscious matter we are talking about here. So why we don't do the things that we're capable of doing? Just because of that belief system. Just because when we was adults, when we have no idea, when we was just little teeny babies, when we have no control over thinking, someone who was unaware about all these concepts, they feed it into our mind that we cannot achieve what we want to achieve. We cannot have big things. We cannot do this. We cannot do that. Someone just feed it that. Now imagine if you just rewrite that story. Imagine if you write your own story from this point onwards, where you will be, my dear friends. You will be on a very different plane. Now, look at here from what Tony Robbins have to say. Tony Robbins is another great personal development mentor, and he said that my teacher, Jim Rohn, taught me a simple principle. Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind, and you alone decide what thoughts and beliefs you let into your life. For they will shape whatever you feel, rich, poor, cursed, or blessed. So what are you feeling today? Are you feeling blessed? Are you feeling cursed? What are you feeling today? It all depends upon what thoughts you're entertaining. It all depends upon what ideas you're allowing yourself to get entertained with. Every day we allow ourselves to get involved in ideas that are not helping us. Every day we get involved into the things that are not going to support our growth. Why we do it? We are programmed and we don't know how to use marvelous, great, fantabulous tools we have. And I'm going to share that with you in a pretty soon. So, belief system. It's right there. Our belief system is based upon our evaluation of something. You can evaluate your own performance and you can let that to be your starting point, but that would be a wrong idea. Never let your present results to dictate your thinking. Never let your present results to become a benchmark of your performance, or who you are. Never allow these things to happen. Always write your own story. And for that, you have to really focus on your core beliefs. Core beliefs. What are the core beliefs? It's the basic concept that you have about yourself, about your abilities, about your strengths, about your worth, about the kind of relationships, everything. It's right there. It's right there, stored in your mind. And I want you to really look at these things, what they does. Your core beliefs, your core belief decide how you feel about yourself. Now, some of you feel very worthy about yourself. Some of you don't feel worthy about yourself. Some of you feel like that, yes, I can do it. Some of you feel that, that's not my piece of cake. I cannot do it. Somebody else can do it. Your belief system influences everything. It influences everything. The way you choose your spouse, the way you choose your clothes, the way you choose your food, the way you choose your gadgets, the way you make choices with respect to your lifestyle, with respect to your hobbies. Every single thing is governed by your beliefs stored in your subconscious mind. And then, most hurting part, your belief system establish the limits that you think you have. If you look at yourself as a physical being, then definitely there is a limit on you. For example, there is a limit on how much weight you can lift. There is a limit on how much food you can eat. There is a limit if you look at yourself from a physical point of view. What if you look at yourself from a spiritual, divine spirit? Then you have no limits at all, because spirit is always meant for expansion, for fuller expression. Your spiritual side has no limits, but the problem we have is that we let our physical reality dictate our limits. We let our physical reality to give us feedback that why we are limited, why we cannot have this, why we cannot have that. And in the end, your belief system, they define what you expect from life. You remember what I said you in the beginning? Your expectation, you may be consciously thinking you want it, but subconsciously there can be another different story going on. So you got to literally shift that belief. You got to work on that. You have to decide with yourself that what do I really want? Am I really willing to work on it? William James said it very beautifully. Believe, and your belief will create the fact. Many people stop themselves because they cannot see the end results. Many people stop themselves because they think they don't have resources. What if you just believe? What if you just literally believe and surrender yourself? What if you suspend disbelief? What if you just surrender yourself into the hands of a divine power that is much powerful than any other help that is available on this planet? You know what? When you surrender yourself to that divine power, whatever you call it God, that's great. You call it universe, that's great. Understand that, but they are all the same. Surrender yourself to that power and literally act. I mean, act. Even the idea is so small and so simple. Act. If you fail to act, you cannot attract better ideas. But if you act, you will attract better, bigger, multiplied resources that you have never, ever imagined before. But it starts with one idea, and then it gets expanded and expanded and then expanded. It's just like that. When you just throw a small, let's say a stone into a lake, it creates a wave that goes all in the lake. Even a small action towards your goal can create that momentum in your mental dynamite. It can create an electromagnetism that will expand from your brain, that will attract resources towards you. But you got to start with that belief. Many people don't have that belief. Keep it in mind. Keep that in mind. But you got to make that belief. Nobody is born with that belief. Yes, there are some few people who are born in the houses of the families who already have that rich beliefs. Most of us are not born in that family. Then what we have to do, we have to create that belief. And remember, there is a way, there is a possibility how we can do it. It's simple. You got to understand you got to understand your faculties, and you got to understand what Neville is saying here. He said, health, wealth, and genius are not created. They are manifested by the arrangement of your mind. That is by the concept of yourself. And your concept of yourself is that you accept and consent as true. So you gotta keep changing what you believe about your potential. You gotta keep working on your mind. How we do that? And I'm going to share that with you pretty soon. But before that, understand that you have a two parts of your mind, the conscious and the subconscious. Now, the psychologists, psychiatrists, they might tell you there are many parts of the mind. They're absolutely true. But there are two parts that really, really are major important for us when it comes to results: your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And guess what? I love this. I love this line from Napoleon Hill. He said that there is a difference between, all right, I reverse it. There is a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere wish or hope. And then open mindedness is essential for belief. Close minded do not inspire faith, courage, and belief. So you got to be very open minded if you want to change your belief. And you got to understand some of the basic principle. Now, you might be having a question on your mind that's Sukhbir, okay, I understand that what you're talking about, but how I can change my belief? That might be the question on your mind right now. That's Sukhbir, how I can change my belief system, how I can change my beliefs that are deep rooted condition in my subconscious mind. Understand that there are only two ways to change it. One is the emotional impact, another one is the effective education combined with the professional coaching. An emotional impact, just cut it out. It never happens. And whenever it happens, usually it is a negative thing. It could be a breakup. It could be, death in the family or many other disasters. But so we are not going to rely on the emotional impact. We have to look at the proven system. And the proven system is that you need to have a effective education, not just any education. It must be a structurized, it must be a structurized and organized information. Napoleon Hill talks about it. He said a person who will acquire the wealth is the person who know how to organize information and direct that information towards a specific purpose. So there's a lot of information. You go on YouTube, a lot of videos are there. You go on, you Google, you type, you have information, but how much of that information is organized? That information is gold, but you don't know how to organize that information. And to understand how to organize that information, this effective education has to be combined with the professional coaching. And when it is combined with the professional coaching over a certain period of time, which involves accountability, and most importantly, which involved a commitment from your side, I can tell you, you're going to have results that are beyond your explanation. But that requires to be there an effective education, a professional coaching over a certain period of time, combined with accountability and commitment, leads to the results that you're seeking in your life. And we have many different effective educational programs in our company where we teach many different things, and all which helps you to grow in your life. Doesn't matter wherever you want to grow. You want to grow in health, we teach you how to do it. You want to become more wealthy, we teach you how to do it. You want to learn how to become more spiritual, we teach you how to do it. You want to know how to build healthy relationships, we teach you how to do it. Whatever your personal and professional goal is, information we have that can help you to achieve it. All you have to do is you just have to reach out. You have to reach out to me, on Facebook, reach out to me on WhatsApp, reach out to me, and I'll share some of the great information that can literally change your life. Right now, we have clients from 6 different countries. And in fact, we are doing a seminar in just 7 days from now, and it is going to be absolutely fantabulous. And let me tell you one unique thing about the seminar that we are doing in 7 days from now. Understand that when you have to change your belief system, you have to move beyond from the physical, and you have to start using your higher faculties right there. And these higher faculties that I'm talking about, they are very powerful, and you have to understand what they are. And in the upcoming seminar, we are going to teach you about these higher faculties, your psychic abilities, how to use them. I'm going to share that with you in the upcoming seminar. So if you're really interested to know more about them, feel free to reach out to me. All right. And with that, we concluded our today's call on the coaching hour. And in case you have questions, in case you have doubts, you can always get in touch with me. You can always ask me on my personal profiles. I would be more than happy to help you. Now, usually we don't take questions on these coaching hour calls. We have just closed it from last few weeks. but definitely I'll think about it how we can do it. Maybe you can post your questions to me later on. I would really help you there. In the meanwhile, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed today's session. There was a lot of you who was on the YouTube, and that really fills my heart with a lot of gratitude. And I'm really happy for that. Keep coming back to our channel every week. We are going to give you a lot of value, a lot of insights that help you to grow in your life on all the different areas. So, once again, thank you so much for being here. It was my pleasure talking to you, helping you with this information that I know can change your life. So, till then, take care, have a great life, and I'll see you next time in the coaching hour next Thursday. Until then, you can be a part of our WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, where I add a lot of value every day. Till then, take care and bye bye, guys, and live the life the way you want to live. Thank you.